Hello and welcome to your daily dose of Satoshi's news. Today's day is Monday, the 3rd of March 2025, the year BSV comes alive. Experience the best of both worlds today at betbitcoinsv.com, the best casino and sports betting on chain. Have a little flutter in private using the original protocol and genuine Bitcoin right. Let's see what we got today. We got this article by CSW. I actually read that yesterday and it was so good. I think I'm actually going to read it out on the show today. He's also done another one about the American Revolution, which is pretty great. Watcher Gurus reported on $330 billion of value added to the cryptocurrency market in 4 hours. That was a post that was out yesterday. We've got Paul Hewitt and his Bitcoin SV coffee van. That looks mint. That looks absolutely mint. Loving that. So we're just going to touch on that, have a bit of a laugh about it. This guy, Chase Watts, said, explaining Bitcoin to an empty room in 2013 when it was $100. That was Andreas Antonopoulos when it was $100.
The political.
All right, look at this. All right, and yet we know that Bitcoin is $35 today. Top left, $35. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? Check this out. Thanks for one of our followers for pointing this out about why blockchain matters. Look, key benefits: unprecedented speed, scale. This is what they want in the National Blockchain Summit Initiative. Scalable proof of work can process over 1 million transactions per second, far exceeding traditional systems. They got like President Trump there, and down here they actually mention Certihash. Where was this thing? Maybe it's further down here. Look at this. Look at this. Certihash Sentinel node. Gets a mention. This is ace. This is ace. So we'll definitely be touching on that, obviously. I'm just going to be talking about Tree Chat because like the deep state are getting worried. Got some trolls on there already. And on here too. Which is quite amusing. So, I mean, they're panicking because I just block everybody. I block everybody because I'm not interested in speaking to them. But they, for some reason, want to communicate with me. And we all know why. And all they want to do is troll me. Just block them. We've got some 365 days of Bitcoin history. And then we'll go through the figures as per usual. Because they're going to start looking real juicy real soon. And that'll be the end of the show. Right. Let's get into it.
Satoshi, like a cowboy in the West, riding on the blockchain that they call the very best. 1 million strong, them transactions flying free. Just wait for the Terra node, you'll surely see.
Alrighty, here we go. Right, so let's get into this article then from CSW. Good to see him back in the saddle. So he said here, the genius of common sense was not in its attack on tyranny, but in its rejection of compromise. Before Paine, that must be somebody in America, the American opposition had busied itself with pleading, arguing against Parliament's excessive, debating the legal limits of taxation, petitioning the very institutions that sought to keep them bound. They framed their resistance as a demand for redress, an insistence on proper presentation, a return to some imagined constitutional harmony. But Paine understood that men do not beg for freedom, they claim it, and a man who claims it does not appeal to the benevolence of his oppressor. He serves himself from the yoke eternity, or entirely. He serves himself from the yoke entirely. Paine shifted attention from Parliament to the Crown because Parliament was a symptom, not the cause. The crisis was not a matter of poor governance or excessive taxation. It was the fundamental contradiction of monarchy itself. Kings rule not by reason but by force wrapped in ceremony. Power disguised as tradition. To focus on Parliament's policies was to quibble over detail while ignoring the iron foundation of subjugation. It was monarchy, not ministry, that made America's servitude inevitable, and so long as America saw themselves as subjects, they would never be sovereign. His analysis shattered the illusion that the colonies could negotiate their way to liberty. Before common sense, many believed in reconciliation, in the idea that Britain could be persuaded to return to fairness. Paine demolished this notion. He showed that Britain's interests were irreconcilable with America's, that submission and domination were not temporary conditions, but the nature of the system itself. A government built on hereditary rule was an insult to the rational mind, a mockery of justice. To remain loyal to the crown was not only to accept oppression, but to surrender one's self-respect. Common sense made the alternative obvious. Not a return to negotiation, not an adjustment of law, but an entirely new order. An independent republic governed by reasons, bound by nothing but the consent of free men. The effect was immediate and profound. Before Paine, the American cause was a movement for resistance. After Common Sense, it became a movement of creation. Men who had hesitated, who had justified their reluctance with appeals to loyalty or tradition, now saw clearly the choice was not between different kinds of British rule, but between freedom and subjugation. Paine did not introduce a new idea, he stripped away the excuses men used to deny the truth. He made it impossible to remain in the middle. Common sense did not persuade it. It did not persuade, it exposed. And once exposed, the weakness of the crown and the absurdity of allegiance could no longer be ignored. The revolution was no longer a plea for rights, it was a demand for self-determination. A man who accepts his own sovereignty does not ask for permission to be free, he declares it. Heavy stuff. Heavy stuff. I'm totally in alignment with that. But the current political situation that we're facing is like we've never faced before. It's literally like a world government closing in on us. It's all very well declaring yourself sovereign. They'll just crush you. We need to like fight fire with fire in on this occasion. Like jeepers. So he's also said, the American Revolution was not a tragedy of hypocrisy. It was the triumph of an idea too great to be diminished by the men who failed to live up to it. The contradiction of men who owned slaves while proclaiming liberty was not a failure of history, but of their own character. Yet their failure does not stain the principles they invoked. Liberty is not defined by those unworthy of it. It is defined by those who claim it through action, through struggle, through the refusal to submit. Dr. Samuel Johnson saw only the contradiction, but he failed to see the deeper truth, that the greatness of an idea is not dependent on the perfection of those who first speak it. The men who wrote of liberty but did not extend it to all were small, but the ideal they unleashed was not. The fault was not in the revolution itself, but in the men who sought to have it both ways. And history does not favour those who hesitate between two roads. The ideal of freedom had no patience for their compromise. It burned forward, carried not by those who spoke of it, but those who lived it. And among those who lived it were the men and women who refused to be owned, not victims of history, not passive figures in some preordained struggle, but individuals who seized their own destiny. Some fled to the British, recognising that their liberty lay not in empty promises but in action. Others fought alongside revolutionaries, knowing that an imperfect cause for freedom was still a cause worth pursuing. They did not wait for history to grant them anything, they took it. The future belonged to those who understood that liberty is not a gift, nor a decree, but the rightful claim of all who have the strength to assert it. The revolution was not a shifting of power between groups, it was a battle for the sovereignty of the individual. It was not history that made it so, nor inevitably, nor social forces, nor inevitability, nor social forces, but men who chose to fight for something greater than themselves. And while many of them faltered in their own convictions, the ideal they fought for did not. That ideal was not theirs to corrupt. It was, and remains, the property of those strong enough to uphold it, to fight for it, and to claim it for their own. The revolution was not the triumph of men, it was the triumph of liberty over those too weak to understand it. Passion from the belly there of Satoshi Nakamoto, talking about freedom, because we know that this is what Bitcoin brings. The ultimate tool for freedom. We either have a common money used by the people to create government that works for the people, or government will create currency to control the people. These are the only options available to us. I said that. Yes, indeed. So Watcher Guru here has reported that just in, over $330 billion added to the cryptocurrency market in the last 4 hours. So this is quite an interesting post, this one, because we can clearly see from Tether, look at that market cap. So the market cap is what, 142 billion. So if the market cap is 142 billion, how could 330 billion have just gone in? Well, this is because it's about value. So the value is what somebody is willing to pay at that time. But if, well, the theory goes that if somebody is willing to pay something for whatever, then you can apply that same price across the entire market, which raises the market cap. But it doesn't take into account It doesn't take into account future demand or future selling. It's literally demand at that very moment in time. But this is where, as illustrated here, US dollar is a unit measurement of value without any value backing it. So that's why this can jump to, you know, over $330 billion, because it's added value spread across all the market caps of all the coins. So it doesn't mean you literally had to buy $330 billion worth and then exchange $330 billion for these cryptocurrencies. It's literally the demand is going up, and then that price can be set across all the coins. And remember, you only have the 24-hour trade volume is usually only 5% of the overall supply. So you only need 5% to pretty much well, you know, you only need 5%, the 24-hour trade volume of 5% of anything to completely dominate its price, which is why Satoshi put away 1.1 million Bitcoin, because 1.1 million Bitcoin was 5% of the overall supply of Bitcoin, being 21 million. So if you throw 5% of 5%, it cancels it out. So he was literally going to wipe Gregcoin off the face of the planet with it. That's why I said the Satoshi coins were Bitcoin's insurance policy. Luckily, we've got a new strategy now, and we're not following that one. Thank goodness. Terranode is on the way. But fascinating article, that one. Hope you enjoyed my explanation of it. Check this one out. So I've said, please ding a dong to Paul Hewitt. And his handle is Prestige Worldwide at centb.com. I'd love to know what country this is. You know, I mean, it looks extremely sunny there. It looks like they've still got chemtrails there because the sky isn't blue. But that looks awesome. Loving that. Bitcoin SV on the side of the van. Loving the colours as well. Fantastic. Looks like he's got a weird hand there. Hope it's not AI generated. But either way, it's a cool picture. That's a cool picture. And that is his handle there. In fact, I think we can actually... I think his handle is one Paul Hewitt at Prestige Worldwide. So let's have a look at one. There we go. Prestige Worldwide, smb.com. Having that. A huge, genuine Bitcoin supporter. So we are loving that. We're loving that. Well done. Well done. Right. And so Chase Watts here has said, explaining Bitcoin to an empty room in 2013 when it was just $100. This is Andreas Antonopoulos.
The topic I want to talk about today is Bitcoin neutrality. Bitcoin.
This was before he stabbed Bitcoin in the back and went down the central banking route of Gregcoin, supporting that, and then declaring that his book was flawed the moment he wrote it. You know, saying, oh, Bitcoin isn't meant to be used for coffee or anything like that. They absolutely got to him. They absolutely got to him. But the point is, this was when the room was empty, and they were saying it was worth $100 back then. Now it's $36. Can you believe it? $36. And this was what the room was like when it was $100. Like, oh my goodness me. I mean, it just shows you about the remarkable situation we are actually in right now. Did you ever think you could pick up Bitcoin for $36? Like, honestly, I thought I had missed the boat. I literally cannot believe the opportunity that we're faced with. Like, just incredible. Right, let's get on to this then. Check it out. So this is the National Blockchain Summit Initiative. Why blockchain matters. Blockchain technology is revolutionizing industries through secure, transparent, and efficient systems. Key benefits: enhanced security, immutable ledger technology, prevents fraud and unauthorized activity through decentralized consensus, Unprecedented speed, scalable proof of work can process over 1 million transactions per second, far exceeding traditional systems. Cost efficiency eliminates intermediaries and reduces overheads, potentially saving billions across industries. Sustainability, modern blockchain solutions use just 0.01% of the energy of first generation systems like Gregcoin, is what they're on about there. Blockchain leadership, they've got Donald J. Trump, President of the United States there. David Sachs, chair of the President's Council on Advisors on Science and Technology. And Bo Hines, executive director, Presidential Council of Advisors for Digital Assets. Is that who it is? I wonder if he knows about genuine Bitcoin just yet. I don't think he does, because they're shitcoining, as we saw that post yesterday in Cointelegraph about Trump, about their crypto reserve fund. Like, dear, oh dear, oh dear. And then all the Gregcoiners up in arms are, oh, it should just be Gregcoin only. Why are you shitcoining? Well, yeah, they're too stupid to realise that they're all shitcoining as well. Let's have a look at this introduction. Data explosion, the economic value, 2.5 trillion. Data has become the lifeblood of the modern economy. I'd absolutely agree with that. That's why data now has to be preserved. Just as oil powered the Industrial Revolution, every search transaction and interaction generates a valuable digital footprint. By 2025, the US is expected to produce 52 to 75 zettabytes of data annually, a third of the world's total. The digital explosion fuels an economy worth trillions, with data-driven industries contributing to 10% of the 25.46 trillion US GDP. Yeah, look at this. As data grows, so do the risks. Cyber attacks cost US businesses billions annually, while centralized systems struggle to keep up with the sheer volume. The solution is scalable blockchain infrastructure that ensures security, integrity, and accessibility, paving the way for a national strategy on data management powered by blockchain. Oh, that is exciting. That is exciting. The power of our data, a $1 trillion asset. Data is more than just numbers. It's a strategic asset shaping economies and industries. It fuels AI models, financial systems, healthcare innovation, and consumer behavior insights. Managing and securing this vast amount of information is no longer an option. It's an economic imperative. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. While traditional data management is failing, most data today is stored and processed through centralized systems, creating three major vulnerabilities that threaten America's data infrastructure. Security risks. Cyber attacks expose millions of records yearly, with government agencies, corporations, and consumers at risk. Centralized databases present single points of failure that hackers can target. Data manipulation. Centralized databases are vulnerable to tampering, impacting financial transactions, medical records, and intellectual property. Without immutable records, critical data can be altered without detection. Exactly, yeah. Blockchain solves all of that. Scalability issues. The rapid growth of data is outpacing the traditional cloud and server architectures, leading to bottlenecks and high costs. As data volumes continue to explode, current systems will become increasingly inadequate. That's right. Fantastic selling points there. Why do I think that Brian Doherty might have something to do with this? But great points. Blockchain and AI infrastructure. Revolutionizing AI infrastructure. Cost efficiency, market expansion, security and ethics. Yeah, so we can see where the data came from, whether it's just simply like made up by biased AI programs. Check this out. National information security. These applications enhance the security and trustworthiness of critical national data and processes. Description. Blockchain provides immutable audit trails and real-time monitoring of power grids, water systems, and transportation networks. Smart contracts automatically execute security protocols when threats are detected. Utility scales to protect nationwide infrastructure systems, ensures tamper-proof security logs, and enables rapid threat response. Economic impact. Could prevent up to 80% of critical infrastructure breaches, saving an estimated $1.3 billion annually in damage and recovery costs. Oof. Look at this. Certihash Sentinel node. Description. Leverages blockchain to provide real-time breach detection and immutable security event logging for critical infrastructure. Monitors systems continually and creates tamper-proof records of all security events. Utility scales to protect thousands of systems simultaneously, dramatically reduces breach detection time, and creates vulnerable security audit trails. Economic impact could reduce the average breach detection time from 212 days to minutes, saving organizations an estimated $3.8 million per breach, with a potential national savings of $8 billion annually. That's massive. Secure data sharing in government agencies. Description enables secure permission sharing of sensitive data across government bodies on a blockchain network. Exactly. I mean, just like they were complaining about how the the United States Marshal Service was just simply sending the private keys to all the Bitcoin that they hold over insecure email. I mean, absolutely nuts. They need to send that kind of stuff on blockchain, sensitive information. Utility manages large data sets efficiently, maintains data integrity, and cuts administrative costs. Economic impact could save $1 billion annually in government data management, enhancing national security operations. Elon Musk has got to find out about this soon. Because he would have no excuse otherwise. Oh, there he is, the man himself. That's awesome. That is awesome. Loving that. Right, let's get into this. So check this out. We've already got what look like deep state trolls using tree chat. They're absolutely everywhere, like parasites. This guy Leo has said, "Hi sir, please be aware that you are spreading falsehoods." Who talks like that? Apart from Greg Maxwell and the deep state. Majority of these quotes are lies. Really, which ones? You know, you're just going to say the majority of them lie. Which ones specifically are lies? Can you prove it? So you can research each one and find most are fabrications. So most are fabrications, not all of them. So I'm spreading whole falsehoods. The majority of these are lies. You say most are fabrications, misquoted or taken out of context. Well, explain yourself. No, absolutely. I'm leaving them up there, and they're on chain anyway. Deep state. And there's another one here as well. Check this out. So I put the timeline of significant Craig Wright Satoshi Nakamoto events, and again, they're all here. They're all here. They're just dates of what happened, just a bit of history. And this guy here said, "It's sad that you don't have any friends that can sit you down and say, look, dude, you need some serious help. Stay away from the keyboard and podcast a while and get some treatment. What an absurd waste of life." Yeah, whatever. And this guy, following 0 followers. Blocked. Because I just blocked him. There we go. That is what you get. To block, push button. There we go. And it's because I've blocked the majority of them, so they have to literally create new accounts just to contact me like that, and I'll just block them again. Love it. Right, let's get into some 365 days of Bitcoin history. 3rd of March 2017. The Bitcoin cryptocurrency surpasses gold in value for the first time. This is an article here by the International Business Times. That was in 2017. Like, whoa. Now it's obviously smashed that now. Like, jeepers. 2017 is only when it got to what, $17,000. We're now at like, what's Greg coin at $93,000. But it just goes to show you the potential of this stuff and how quickly it can blow up. Like, just sensational. Right, that's it for 365 days of Bitcoin history on today. But let's get into the figures. Oh, Gradecoin taking a tumble out of the 90s and into 89,526. B crash, what a joke. Fisher price cash, who cares? Bitcoin at $36. $36. Just incredible. Let's look at there we go. Let's have a look at the difficulty adjustment. Just come dropping down a little bit on BTC, but again, they made a mountain out of a molehill out of this one, and then it's gone up and just dropped down a little bit. Honestly, it's just significant, and it's all fake anyway, because it's all tether manipulation, pumping the price, causing the difficulty adjustment to change. Let's have a look at the hash rate on Bitcoin and Bcrash. Yeah, just steady as a rock there, plodding away. Transactions, Bitcoin 59,447, representing 2.2%. 2.2%, and yet in market capitalization, it's in the high 80s. It's listed way down, but it's still got 2% of the entire market's transaction volume on its network, and we know what's coming. Oh yeah. Even more here on Watson Chain, 61,976. Loving that. All right, let's have a look at the so transactions on the forks representing 15%, but 83% of the data volume. Come on, at the block size. Oh, some decent blocks coming through. 45 megabytes, 162, 35, 430, 50, 36, 60, 17, 15, 9, 5, 3, 13. Look at that. There is more megabytes in just one block than there is in the entire column of 30 over at GregCoin. There's one block over a megabyte in Bcrash. Well done, Roger. And Fisher Price Cash still struggling to get all their blocks over a kilobyte, let alone anywhere near a megabyte. Currently 76,000 times cheaper to transact on Bitcoin than GregCoin. Mining Bitcoin at a 33.3% comparable loss. As always, it's always 1% like more profitable to mine on GregCoin than Bcrash, but 6.8% more profitable to mine on Fisher Price Cash, meaning there is a 8%, it's almost 8% more profitable to mine on Fisher Price Cash over Bcrash. Somebody has a feelings of spite towards Bcrash, I feel there. All right, let's get into the politics, which are in the pie charts. Here we go. Global hash rate 7 days, global hash rate 24 hours, GregCoin hash rate other miners 2.7. Bcrash other miners 43.06, being managed very carefully. Fisher Price Cash, who cares? Bitcoin, we'll have to cross-reference this with what's on chain. Kuv getting out to the front 34.9, QD Link 26.83, Tal down in third at just 18%. 18%. SA100s topping up their hash rate at 13%. Mining Dutch getting a look in at 3.2, overtaking Gorilla Pool at 3.2. Whoa. Well, hopefully Gorilla Pool will catch up with them soon, but that's looking competitive. That is looking competitive. Crypto Quant, look, the exchange of reserves is still cashing out. Just getting rid of the reserves. Just don't want to be holding that shit when the music stops. No, they don't. You know, if you really don't want to, basically, if you look under the hood, this is what is going on under the hood. The retail investors have absolutely no idea what is going on behind the scenes, but these guys do, which is why their reserves are plummeting, because they know what's coming. Let's have a look at the market. Tether Weather just lost its peg to the downside a little bit. Nothing really happened today, nor really too much exciting during the week. That's probably why GregCoin is plummeting, but in the month it went from 139.5 up to 142.3, so it's over what's like $3 billion went in a month. You know, $750 million a week. But we know it's all manipulated anyway. Let's have a look at the short positions then. Oh, let's see, look, the price is plummeting there. Bitfinex recording the short ratio at 0.569. Let's have a look at Coin Codex. So it's got a Qcoin, small volume on Qcoin. OKX though 3.3 million. Gate.io apparently up to 2.3 million. Well done then. Binance Futures 9.5. Upbit 6 million. 6 million on Upbit. That's gone up a little bit. Is it worth having a look on Upbit? Can we have a look? Oh. Yeah, not really going to look at that then. Can't run avoid it. Poloniex, apparently the 24-hour trade volume's gone up on Poloniex. Might have to investigate that further, saying 11.29. Huobi being 5 million. BitGet 2 million. Zedixian reported at 0. Yeah, whatever. Right, let's have a look at Zedixian then. See what we've got here. 24-hour trade volume of genuine Bitcoin in Zedixian, 6.6 million. 24-hour trade volume of genuine Bitcoin on Huobi at 5.7 million. That's all right, isn't it? Right, let's have a look at Bitcoin versus GregCoin on DXS app. Whoa, look at what happened there? What on earth has happened there? That's today. That's today, 3rd of March. Against Greg. Did Greg Coin plummet or something? What am I looking at? What happened here? That looks rather odd. But hey. I think some oh yeah, there was a post actually. Somebody said that however many Bitcoin had just been sent to, as in BTC, had just been sent to Binance. We'll have a look at that post in a minute. Let's have a quick look then. Here we go. So apparently, here we go. A whale wallet that had been dormant for 3 years deposited 1,250 Greg Coin, representing $114 million onto Binance just 4 hours ago. Just 4 hours ago. Is that what we're looking at? I mean, what, 7:30 UTC here? When was that posted? So 4 hours ago, but that was posted at earlier this afternoon at 2:30. Whoa! Who knows? Who knows? Do they put it onto Binance and sell it for USD or something? That's very interesting. Let's have a look at that compared to USD. Whoa, what on earth is going on here? What on earth is going on here? This is highly irregular. What? Oh, I mean, interesting. You know, that is massive volatility. Look, up and down. David versus Goliath is what we're going to witness very soon. Let's have a look at what this looks like on Orange Gateway. Yeah, look. Bitcoin versus Greg Coin. It's shot up. It's shot up. Wow. Very strange movements. I mean, look at a demand straight up. Straight up. All right. Let's have that versus... yeah, we did really strange patterns here. That's even against USD. So cross-referenced and confirmed is that. That was the spike that went up to $100. Yeah, there we go. Right, you know. Well, get your popcorn ready, folks. You know, there is going to be some serious price action very soon, if you ask me. Let's have a look at Satoshi Observer. So that is a 1/10, 100th, 2,000ths of a cent for a transaction on genuine Bitcoin. Current TPS is 0.8 TPS, just 0.2 TPS on a Bcrash. 0.5 cent fees. But on Gregcoin, the fees are $1.45. Again, that's no good for a micropayment system. Absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. But we know what's coming. Right, let's have a look at the overall market then. Oh, market cap. Yeah, down. Yeah. Look at that. Yeah, market went up, shot up, and then came down again. So under $3 trillion, 2.8 trillion. XRP is dipped below USDT again. So Gregcoin's got 3.7% of the overall market cap in 24-hour trade volume, representing $65 billion. Oh, look at that. It's dropped off a cliff. Dropped off a cliff there. Maybe that's traders. Yeah, dirty traders taking advantage of the crypto, of the announcement of the crypto reserve, the US crypto reserve. But this is what dirty traders do. Like, investors go in, traders cash out. Dirty traders. Dirty traders. They're going to get caught out if they try and speculate on genuine Bitcoin. Yeah, well, yeah, they are. Yeah, they are. That's why the cabal have encouraged them to trade it. Trade is cool, man. Look at ETH. Look at how to pump and then a dump. Dumping down today. And what happened to XRP? $2.40. Struggling to maintain it. Yeah, heading down a cliff. Oof. Look, it's just dropped below its first kind of like high of when it had this rally over here. XRP's got nowhere to go but down, unfortunately, in the long run anyway. As the same direction as all these shitcoins. Look at that. Binance token, but oh my god, Binance token, $577. I remember looking at Binance token when it was $2. $2. Same with like Doge. I remember looking at it when it was literally like thousands of a penny. Yeah, and that's 20 cents. Missed out on all of it. Sol as well. I remember looking at that during the day. Jeepers. Oh, what a nightmare. What a nightmare. But then if I hadn't missed it, I wouldn't know what I know now, and I wouldn't be in the position that I'm in. And, you know, educating like my life depends on it, which is what I'm doing. So we've got Bitcoin, $34.60, 65 according to Livecoin Watch. 24-hour trade volume of 5% at $35 million. 24-hour trade volume, $35 million. Oof. Yeah, just dropped off a cliff there. Again, I suspect shenanigans. Zedixian, it looks like they're maybe just down to 20%. Maybe, yeah, just maybe below that now. Huobi up in second by quite a margin. CoinDCX in third, OKX in fourth, chomping at the bit. And then Hotcoin Global. And then CoinEX. Liquidity, where's that though? HitBTC. HitBTC taking the lead. Changelly Pro now down to second. XGO Exchange. Pinex. Alright. There we go. Right, excellent. We shall leave it there. Hope you enjoyed it. So, as ever, if you enjoy these updates, please ding your donations for your appreciation to either Satoshi at Sentbit.com, Handcash.io, Simply.cash, Relays.com, RockWallet.me, or Senti.ch. We'll leave you there. Hope you enjoyed it. As ever, be aware, take care, stay safe out there, and we'll see you in the next one.
The king still has one more move.